So this one's a little bit embarrassing. I have been waiting and waiting to receive the adult blue Shadow Dragon to share it with you, as it's always fun to put all the dragons next to each other and see which one's best whenever a new dragon comes out. And well, it turns out I had already received him and he was just under some other boxes in my storage room. So yes, this one's a little bit late, but it should be a pretty interesting dragon. A big translucent figure like this can sometimes look pretty cheap if they don't do any paint on it at all, or if they don't sculpt it very well. So I'm curious to see how this one comes out. So let's get right to it and unbox our adult blue Shadow Dragon. Before we jump in, if you're looking for a fun item to add to your 5e games that won't completely wreck them like the Deck of Many Things can do, consider picking up the animated Deck of Many Illusions from Hit Point Press. This is also a magic item that you can find in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Whenever your PCs draw a random card and throw it on the ground, an illusion appears of whatever appears on the card. Maybe just a kobold or a goblin, or maybe a beholder or a dragon. It likely won't completely derail your entire campaign, but it can get your players out of a bind and give you some really fun moments in your stories. Check out the animated Deck of Illusions today at the links in the eye in the corner of your screen, the links down below, or at animatedspells.com. Shadow Dragons have been around in 5e since the Monster Manual, which also gave us a template on how to transform a regular dragon stat block into a Shadow Dragon. Basically, they gain resistance to necrotic damage, double proficiency in stealth, resistance to everything but force, psychic, and radiant damage when not in bright light, the ability to hide in shadows as a bonus action, disadvantage on attacks when in sunlight, and a shift from whatever kind of damage the dragon was dealing with its bite and breath weapon into necrotic damage. Finally, if it reduces a humanoid to 0 hit points with its necrotic damage, that person immediately rises as a shadow under the control of the dragon. I'm sometimes kind of underwhelmed with D&D stat blocks, but the Shadow Dragon isn't bad. You've got good flavor and some high drama with the possibility of turning one of your PCs into a shadow, and your Shadow Dragon is going to be tough to kill unless you can bring some sunlight along or lure it out of the Shadowfell somehow. As for lore, the Monster Manual gives you the basics. A dragon born in the Shadowfell, or who has an extended timeshare there, will eventually embrace the whole shadow nature of the whole thing and become transformed. This sometimes happens to dragons who lair near a portal to the Shadowfell. And if you do want this mini and want to tell some Shadow Dragon stories with it, they do have a section in Fizban's Treasury of Dragons with more information on giving your Shadow Dragon a personality, adventure hooks, allies and connections, lots of lair building advice, and thematic loot. The mini itself is good. I do like the telltale blue dragon horn on the front with shadow energy just wafting off of it. I can never help but think that translucent minis like this are a little bit underwhelming without some good painted accents though. This fella has a drop of paint on each eye, but I think that's it. But it does look like a shadow dragon, at least the ones I've seen in the art. If I could only buy one, I might prefer the Greater Death Dragon to use as both kinds of dragons, but of course, like all the minis we review here, it is all up to personal taste. So what do you think? The adult blue Shadow Dragon from WizKids is out now for between $90 and $100. Let me know what you think about it down below. And don't forget to grab a copy of the animated Deck of Illusions at animatedspells.com. And our new Kickstarter will be launching pretty soon. Kobold Dice Plush Monsters Attack will feature affordable resin dice based on our kobolds, like Coda over here, and some dice-eating plush monsters who double as dice bags, plus a brand new treasure hunting kobold. Sign up today using the link in the corner of your screen up there or down below so you don't miss out on the early bird specials when we launch. That is Kobold Dice Plush Monsters Attack. In the meantime, you can follow us on social media at the sites beside me here. For now though, stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.